He needs goalkeeper. He needs quite a few things. But what he needs to get that bill, to get those players, is a lot of money.
Yeah. What kind of money are you talking about?
Well, how much have Manchester United spent over the last 4 or 5 years, right? In relation to Wenger. I think Wenger's had to go down that road. You see, I think we can all talk about Wenger now, what he hasn't done. There's a lot of things he has done as well. He's been a great manager for Arsenal for a start. And he's pursued a different policy to Alex Ferguson totally, particularly over the last 3 or 4 years. He's brought these young players on who have proven not to be able to match Manchester United's spending power. Manchester United have brought in a few young players as well, but they've spent an awful lot of money.
They have indeed. Well, they spent over 30 million on their 2 centre-backs.
Yeah, and Berbatov and Tevez. Wenger hasn't done that.
No, but
so
he
if you
wants
ask
to
me
do
what does he want to do, what he wants to do is get about 200 million from the directors, and he can immediately go out in the summer and buy ready-made players.
He's got to do something he's never done before. He's got to do that. That's 4 years now. He's won nothing. Arsenal supporters, you saw once when it went to 2-0 tonight, they were off. A large percent were leaving the stadium. He's got to go down the road he's never gone down before and buying established players that come in and are an instant hit.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do that, he's looking at 5 years without a trophy. And will the supporters tolerate that? That's a call he's got to make now.
The problem he has...
But will he have the money?
Well, it's a call the directors have to make.
No, they sold Highbury and they sold it to developers. There's an apartment complex developed there. It's very plush, and in this market...
Not selling.
And it's not selling. So in this market...
but they have 2 billionaires on the board now.
I know, but the billionaires, Bill, are not going to put their hands very, very rarely in their own pockets.
That's correct.
The point is...
They've said they can get money any time they want. Arsene Wenger can get money any time he wants. That's what Fisman has said on more than one occasion.
The fact of the matter is, you cannot build a football club up to win the Champions League or even the Premier League on a youth system alone. In this,
but is he not pathologically opposed to any other system other than developing his own players?
With the greatest respect, Bill, I'm not clinically equipped to discuss his psychological condition. But what I will say is this, and I agree with John. Arsene Wenger has been great for English football. He's been great for football, full stop. The problem he's had is, I think he hasn't been able to access the money that Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester United, all of whom have outspent him by a mile. Now, it's admirable that he's brought players on. It's admirable that he shows a profit, in fact, a small profit on the transfer market. But the Emirates is one of the most expensive stadiums to go to in England, and if you're an Arsenal fan, you don't want admirable. You want to be able to compete. And this will, I think, cause people to reflect on Arsenal's financial muscle and on Wenger's policy.
What I'd be worried about...
Which clearly failed at this stage.
Yes, absolutely. And what I'd be worried about, if I was Fabregas or Adebayor or whoever, you go another year without success, and you see a manager who has fantastic assets at one level, but he's not prepared to do certain things, or he can't do certain things. And you say, what's the point of staying with the team?
Well, I mean, from Fabregas's point of view, and a lot of players there, Arsenal have been very, very good to Fabregas.
Oh, I know, and he acknowledges that.
Right, because he's one of the best players in the world now.
He might leave, John.
Well, he might leave, and that happens with players, because success breeds success. There's no doubt about that, because all players want to be part of a successful team, and if they feel they're not going to win trophies...
Well, Adebayor talks about his hollow heart when he goes on holidays in the summer.
Well, never mind Adebayor, but I mean, if you look at Ferguson, there's very few people want to leave Manchester United, very few people wanted to leave Liverpool when because they want to be part of success. And of course it's difficult for Wenger, because the more time he goes without winning a trophy, the more likelihood is of losing his best players, Bill. This is all part of his problems.
I have to disagree with you in terms... Maybe they haven't got 100 million to spend, but Danny Fisman and Edelman, who was the chief executive because they're looking to,
He's no longer a chief executive.
No, he's not. No, he's looking for a job. But time and time again, he was looking to deflect any pressure, Fisman and Edelman at the time, back onto Arsene Wenger. There is 30 million right now for Arsene Wenger to spend. There's 25. They've said that on numerous occasions.
Okay, say there's 30 million. Where would you spend the money?
Hold on a minute. There's another problem.
That's every transfer window. I disagree with you.
Well, I'll prove it to you. Let me give you
it to you. Because Arsene Wenger's time at Arsenal, he's never gone down that road.
Let me prove it to you.
He's never gone down that road.
They had a very good midfield player playing alongside Fabregas called Flamini. Mathieu Flamini, right? French player. They wouldn't give him the wages he felt he deserved. So hold on. They have a
That's
wage,
not a big
they have a wage
nothing to do with
cap.
big transfer
So
fees.
he went on a Bosman, a free transfer to Milan. Now, if you can't put your hand in your pocket, not just for the transfer fee, but also for the wages.
Well, that's not the argument, Eamon.
I beg your pardon?
That's not the argument.
Well,
your argument is that he can't spend big because the money's not there.
He can't spend big.
Flamini
The money
went because he
isn't
felt
there.
he had Song, he had Fabregas.
The money isn't
Nasri,
there to
Ben
buy
Nielsen.
the players, and the money isn't there to pay the wages. Graham.
I disagree with you. Why would a chief executive come out with the argument there's money there?
Because he's the chief executive.
Hang on a second. Can I make an assumption that there is 30 million?
No.
No.
No, I'll tell you
Well,
why.
all right. I'm going to say there is 30 million.
Well, before you say that, hang on a minute. And I'm surprised at Graeme here, Graeme. You've been in management a long time. It's tradition in England, going back to my time when I was in management, for directors to always say there is money available.
Even if there wasn't, you mean?
Even when there wasn't. Because they don't want to be seen not to have any money. They don't want to tell the supporters. They want them to believe that, and the manager carries the crown from it.
So,
the manager traditionally.
All right, okay,
but let's forget. He's never had any money.
This, Bill.
Yeah,
this is for football argument.
Hang on.
Listen, since Arsene Wenger's been at Arsenal, he's never had any money.
Of course, he's had money.
He's never chose to spend big.
Hang on, he's never had the money that Ferguson's had.
He's never chose to spend big.
Of course, he's had some money.
And any time he's been there, he's never gone out and chose to buy the finished. He did in the early days without spending big money.
How do you know last year that he had the money?
No, I'm talking about his whole period.
No, but I'm talking about.
He's never gone down that road.
All right, listen, hang on a second. Can we forget about the money for 1 second?
No, because the money's
what
usually
does he need?
Bill, I can't answer that question.
Hang on a second.
If he doesn't have the money, what I said to you before, if he has the money, he needs 100 million. That's what he needs. Now, if he can't keep Flamini last year, and that was through wages, Eamon's right.
I would see it differently.
Well, why did he let him go?
I would say he's got De Nielsen, he's got Song, he's got Nasri, he's got Fabregas. He saw them as better players.
Who's selling these better players?
No, he saw them as better players than Flamini.
Different types of
Flamini was
players.
in the team all the
Yeah, well,
all
De
the time
Nielsen's a
last year.
sitting player.
No, he's not.
Flamini's a sitting
not.
player.
No.
Song's a sitting player.
Flamini was outstanding.
He saw he had young, good players.
You don't know what you're talking
He could
about.
afford to let them
You don't know
go.
what you're talking about.
Well, I mean,
Flamini was
You don't know what
made
you're
this
talking about.
where did you manage?
I didn't manage anywhere. I managed to stay alive for
All right,
63 and a
lads,
half
we're going to
years.
leave it there for the
Good, you've
time
done
being.
well
We're
then.
going to take a commercial break.